So I will record this session and then send that video file back to you. So you have the full interview, press conference, if you will, in its entirety. And outside of that, that's all I have. Mayor Collins, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate your setting this up for us today. I got a suggestion yesterday from a constituent, actually a couple of them, that said they'd sure like to hear from the mayor on what's going on. I sure appreciate that, and I appreciate all you guys being here so we can get the message out to the residents of Cheyenne. Sunday was my birthday. You know, I was asking for a little moisture. It was so dry around here. One thing I learned is you got to be a little more specific in what you ask for. It's been a record storm, the largest storm in my 61-year lifetime, and it's a real challenge for all of us here in Cheyenne. I don't know about you guys. I woke up this morning, I'm a little sore from all the shoveling I had to do yesterday to get my driveway opened up, and I'm sure lots of you are feeling the same way. I think the thing that most people are looking to know and understand is, where are we on our roads? The first thing I'll share with you is Sunday, we got our crews out early to start getting on top of that snow. But we learned there was the snow was so deep and so heavy that our snow plows didn't work. They kept getting stuck. And so we had to pull them off, and we've had to use front end loaders, the big front end loader buckets to be able to move the snow. Our major arterials are now open, although maybe a little bit limited in the width because there's no place to put the snow. Mostly our secondary collector streets are also open. The challenge there is the same. There's no place to put the snow, so we're doing the best to keep them open. The challenge for us now is going to be our neighborhood streets. Yesterday, I spent a number of hours calling every contractor I could find to ask them for their services, if we could hire them and their loaders to come out, and a number of them said yes. And so those crews are out today. They're going through the neighborhoods. I know there's one crew in Whitney Ranch, and they'll be moving west north of Del Range Boulevard through the Buffalo Ridge area today. We have a crew in South Cheyenne doing the streets there. We have a crew in Old Sun Valley in that area, in Eastern Cheyenne working currently. And then I believe there'll be a crew starting in Western Hills today, trying to get those streets open. And the plan is to just take that 8-foot bucket and make a path right down the middle of the street, which means we're gonna have to kind of dig out to get to it. But we're gonna try to get to every street and get it opened up, because with the 2 or 3 feet of snow that's there, we're not going to be able to do much more than that. I wanted to share with you a couple of things. A lot of the city loaders have been diverted from streets to handle emergencies. We've been sending a loader to plow the road for ambulances to get into emergencies, for our fire department and our police department. And so that's taken them off of some of the duties we'd like them to be doing. But our number one thing is going to be life and safety. So we have been doing that. Today, we have 3 of our loaders, along with 3 of our city buses, going out trying to pick up 25 of the most critical dialysis patients. We received a call yesterday that they were struggling to get into the dialysis clinic and were becoming critical. So this morning, 3 loaders, 3 of our city crews, along with AMR, the fire districts in South Cheyenne, the county road and bridge folks, are all partnering together to try to get to these people and get them into the dialysis clinic. So that has taken a few of our pieces of equipment off the roads, but again, we're trying to do everything we can as far as life and safety goes. I know that a lot of us are restless today. We've been stuck in for 3 days, and we're waiting to get out, but our police department would ask you not to get out in your cars and become part of the problem. We are trying to get our roads open, and with the blades and the loaders, and having people stuck in the roads is going to prevent that from happening. So we ask you to be patient and stay home. Please don't get out and become part of the problem. I would like to caution people. I know our fire chief told me it looked like the zombie apocalypse as he was driving around today. People were out walking to stores, buying groceries, and they're walking in the middle of the road because there's no place else to walk. And so drivers, please be cautious as you go around. There are people out in the roads, and with the blowing snow, visibility might be tough. I will share with you that our transit department will not be working this week. There's no safe way to get buses into the neighborhoods to pick people up. The same thing with sanitation. I know it's a challenge for us, but there's no safe way for us to pick garbage up this week. We sent out a press release that I thank you all for sharing in the media, that next week when people are able to put their garbage out, they can put up to 4 bags of trash with that at no charge, or they can sure take it to the transfer station when roads open, and at no charge, they can drop trash off at the transfer station. I'd like to give a shout out to Janine West and our emergency management people. Janine, they've been finding solutions to all the problems that we've had, and she's done a great job. One of the things that's been really interesting is she has tasked 25, 26 snowmobilers, and they've been going around the city picking up replacement crews for AMR, for the jails, for our police and fire department. They've been really heroic in helping us get people where they need to go. So I just wanted to say thank you to her and her crew for helping coordinate everything, and for those snowmobilers for being out there and getting people where they need to go. One of the biggest ones was getting the crews for Black Hills in so that they could start restoring power, which they were able to do. So again, thank you for that. Again, Janine wanted to stress to you that our #1 priority is going to be health and safety. And so all the operations that they're doing and conduct will be to make sure that the health and safety is taken care of. After that, we'll work on roads and other priorities. Fun story, our fire department at AMR, Engine 1, delivered a healthy baby, 6 pounds, 6 ounces. No name yet, but I think it ought to be either storm related or after the firefighters that helped give birth. The fire department wanted to tell people, hey, when you're outside today, you want to make sure that if you have any vents on the side of your house, make sure they're not blocked with snow. That'll make that gas smell, which could be very concerning. And also to shovel the snow away from your gas meter to make sure that it stays working when the weather gets cold. I've talked a little bit about the collaboration, and I want to share with you a fun story of how we've collaborated. I got a call on Sunday evening from our Board of Public Utilities. We lost power at our Sherrard water treatment plant, and we have a generator there with 1,000 gallons of diesel fuel, but it was getting to the end of our fuel's capacity, and we're going to start running out of generator power and jeopardizing our water ability to clean water. I called Director Luke Reiner from YDOT, and he repurposed a rotary plow. It took them 6 hours through the 6, 8, 10, 12-foot drifts along there, but they were able to get a tanker out to our water treatment plant and keep the electricity running there and our water supply safe. So a shout out to Luke and his crew at at YDOT. They were pretty heroic on Sunday evening. I would also like to thank the neighbors. It's amazing to me the great job that neighbors are doing helping neighbors. I saw it around my neighborhood, and I've heard stories from all over town, people looking out for each other. I'd like to encourage you to keep doing that. It's an amazing thing, and I'm very appreciative of that. I would just like to say to everyone, please be patient. We're doing our best, and we're going to get there, I promise. We're using everything and every available asset that we have to get the streets cleared and trying to get the city back to normal. We're going to meet at 1 o'clock today to discuss what's going to happen tomorrow. That'll be the state, the county, the city, the school districts, our emergency management people. We'll be meeting at 1 o'clock today to figure out a plan for how we're going to handle things tomorrow. And lastly, I want to thank our employees, our fire officers, fire department. Some of those guys are 48 and 72-hour shifts right now. They're getting rest between, but replacement crews have had a hard time coming in. So they've been in those firehouses for 3 days now. Our police department, the same thing. They're working extra hours to get there. Our public works people are working 12-hour shifts trying to keep our roads open. And so I just want to say thank you to our employees and all of our partners. They're doing a great job, and it's very, very much appreciated. And with that, I'll take any questions people might have.
Mayor Collins,
Are there-
is this,
Amber.
Can you elaborate a little bit on plans for downtown? I've got several businesses, asking, and I know, everybody's asking when they're going to get out, but if we can help convey that message across on expectations, if we have a better idea of time frame.
Yeah, Amber, I talked with Randy Hickman in our Public Works Department, and we are hoping to start moving snow there tonight with availability of equipment, but we're actually trying to rent a couple of front-end loaders to expedite that. And I'll try to get more information from Randy later this afternoon on how we're doing with that. But our plans are to try to start tonight, and then over the next couple of days, try to get downtown cleaned up so you can get open back up.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Amber, for all you do at downtown.
Hey, Mayor Collins, this is Will Thomas with KGWN. How you doing today?
Doing well, Will. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks. Just a question. I know this was, a freak storm, but has it made you guys think about rethinking or reshaping our snow plan for the future to make sure that we are prepared for a potential big storm like this in the future?
Will, I'm 61 years old, and this is the biggest storm we've had in my lifetime. I think the last storm that came even close was in 1949. I think the city does a pretty good job of being ready for snow events. And so, obviously we're going to have an after action conversation about things we've done and things we can do better. But I think our crews have planned well, and we'll be ready for whatever comes in the future.
Thank you.
Hey, Patrick, this is Margaret calling from the Tribune Eagle. Do we know how much the extra help in those residential neighborhoods is going to cost at this point?
Margaret, I haven't asked what the total is going to be. I know those loaders are about $250 an hour. We've got 10 or 12 of those out running 8 hours a day. It's going to be expensive. But at this point, I haven't asked the cost. I just know we need to get dug out and get open back up.
Hey, yeah, no worries. I'm sure we'll follow up on that a little bit later. Thank you.
I'm sure I'll get the good news or bad news here very soon.
All right. Are there any other questions for Mayor Collins? All right. Seeing and hearing none, Mayor, unless there's anything else you have to add, I think that concludes our press conference.
I just want to say to our media partners, thanks for getting the word out about where we're at and what our plans are going forward. And I'm available if you have any follow-ups, please give me a holler. And again, I appreciate your being here today. Thank you.
Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day.